So we live in a pretty amazingly connected world. Last night my boy had his virtual reality goggles on, the Oculus, and he was chatting to a boy from Scotland about his favourite manga show. Don't think we didn't listen in for a little while he didn't realise to make sure it wasn't a 60-year-old friend. But no, he's doing a pretty good impression of another 13-year-old if he is. Anyway, listening to him talk to his mate in Scotland about his favourite subject, amazing. They're looking at solving this coronavirus problem by all of us agreeing on our mobile phones to be tracked. That way, if you come into contact with a person who ends up having the virus, they'll be able to track it back and quickly trace everyone. If 40% of the population get involved, it'll probably work. So, very connected. Another way we get connected is by email, and yesterday the sword finally fell on me and I got stood down. But because I'm an old bastard, I need to actually see it in paper, not on email, so I've printed it out. And words like "you cannot be usefully employed" and that during the period of stand down you will not be paid and should not attend work, they tend to get your attention. For me it's only a month. I know a lot of people in a lot of worse circumstances. Out for a day of golf, got retractable landing gear on my golf bag. Wembley Golf Course is reopened. Stevie works at the golf course, mate. How's the golf course today?
Stephen from Wembley Golf Course. We're flat out, mate. Course is all 2 balls, so it's steady for people want to get out and enjoy themselves, get a bit of exercise.
2 balls technical talk, isn't it? That means 2 people?
2 people only.
Nice. Me and Bez are today, so I'm going to have my ass whipped.
Beautiful,
good.
Mate.
Cheers.
Get out there, enjoy some sunshine.
Thanks, mate. The magnificent kin bag. Marty calls this my rocket launcher. I think I just died and went to heaven. Hi, I'm Marty. I flew these with these. I fly these with them. Got a wife, kids, play golf, band, happy life, and then Corona. It's a drag, but you're not alone. Have a laugh with me on... Right place. I'll take a moment's silence just to mark a respect to the wives that have let us be here today. They knew how much it meant to us. They'd pat us on the bottom and send us out here every day. Nice beard.
How good?
How good?
Stand out here.
How you going, mate?
Of course I couldn't escape the video.
No, look, a little bit's changed since we last interviewed you. How's it going?
There's a bit of growth.
How's it going other than the beard?
Good, mate. I'm just happy to be out here. It's fantastic.
Couldn't agree more.
Bit of fresh air.
Shit up. Okay, I've already hit off and I smoked it down the centre. I've never hit a better ball off the first. He is in trouble. Bez is a lefty. I don't hold that against him. Oh, that's going to play. Nice shot. Marty with a par putt, take an early lead. No pressure. Oh. Mate, there is absolutely no one out here on this course. It's like a private course. How good. There's the statuesque Beza, and he's hit it to, I'll zoom in, there. So there's the tee. Tees were set back up there, and I've hit about 240 gold, and Bez has hit about 265. 90, that's for you. I won't bore the non-golfers with the rest of the match, but it was epic. I think one day they'll have to recreate a movie about that match. Probably Bruce Willis would play Beza, and I'm thinking a young Robert Redford could play me. All I can say is that golf was the winner, and I wasn't going to say the score. A miracle happened, and I won. Morning, everyone. Just out here in this gorgeous park down in North Perth. Got the dog. A very wise bloke that I was talking to on the phone last night, he said, mate, it's like, get the ball, possum. Get the ball, go on. Oh. Now I've got to get the ball. Anyway, my mate said, it's like I dig holes for a living and someone's taken away the shovel. He's dead right. What a great summary. Wife's walking ahead of us so that you and I can have a bit of a private chat. Oh, mate. So yesterday I was meant to fly. I was put on a Newman return, so I was excited about that. I was going to play golf with Beza and then do the Newman return in the afternoon, but that didn't happen. The Newman return got cancelled. That's a shame. I was going to fly with Akil. Shout out to you, mate. Anyway, it didn't happen. And on the same day, I received my stand down notice in the mail. So I know exactly what the rest of you blokes feel like now. So for the short haul guys, it looks like we're getting stood down. What do you say about that? G'day. It's about 6:30 down here in this big park in North Perth that the wife and I go walking on most mornings and take the dog for a bit of a run. Got my stand down notice yesterday, so it's funny, I knew it was coming and yet it was still a shock. I don't know if that makes any sense. And it's almost 20 years to the day that I joined the company that I got the stand down letter. Exactly 20 years to the day. It's just really confronting. And it's not about the money. I know that for some it can be about the money. I mean, for some it's definitely about the money. As in, you need the money. You've only been employed for a short time. You haven't got much leave. You've got a big mortgage, and it becomes very much about the money. Luckily, I'm not in that circumstance. For the time being, at least, our mortgage is taken care of, and we've got a bit of a war chest. So it's not about the money. So how come I feel so bad? And I do feel bad. Mate, seeing that in black and white really cut to the heart of what I've been trying to talk to you guys about on this channel for the last 25 videos. Hello! Got a friend coming over. Hello, how are you? You good dog? You good dog? Black dog, that's pretty relevant. I'm gonna have to go over to this yoga lady and get the ball the dog just dropped at her feet. Yeah, so getting that message, for me it's not about the money. I know for some it is about the money, and if it's about the money, then that's a big deal. And that's something you've got to take care of pretty quick, or it's going to turn into a lot of other things. But I'd say for most of us, initially it's not about the money. It's about something much deeper than that. I was talking to a good mate last night about this issue, that once you see that in black and white and it says you will not be being paid anymore. Yes, we've got the opportunity to get hold of leave and burn our leave, but at the end of the day, you haven't got a job and they're not going to be paying you for it. It cuts to the heart of what us guys and girls hold as our worth. And I know it shouldn't, but it is. It's our worth. It's how we spend money for our loved ones. It's how we keep the wolf from the door. So even in my circumstance where I'm going to be okay for 5-6 months, why do I feel so out to sea by getting that silly stand down letter and seeing something in black and white? I've got to sort that stuff out, and you've got to sort that stuff out. Otherwise, we're going to spend the next 6 months during this stand down period and not make the most of it. People are calling this the great pause. And I reckon that's a good name for it, the great pause. We're all stopping what we were doing and having a chance to take stock. But like my mate said last night, for a lot of us, we're in a bit of shock. And the shock's going to take a while to settle down. Let's be honest and let's talk straight with each other. It is reasonable if you feel like crying. It is reasonable if you're not coping. It is reasonable to be worried. It is reasonable for you to not cope with this. They are normal reactions because I'm feeling the same way. If you are listening to me, if you are looking at this YouTube video and you're a Qantas pilot or a Virgin pilot or a Tiger pilot or a Jetstar pilot that has been stood down or laid off and you feel worthless, that is a normal reaction. There is nothing wrong with you. This is not your fault. You didn't create this situation. If you're one of those people, if you're a Qantas, Jetstar, Tiger, Virgin, you name it, if you're an Australian pilot and you find yourself in this circumstance, you are a magnificent human being because, my God, anyone I know who flies a plane is a together person. You are in a really big shit sandwich. It's not fair, but it's not your fault. It is okay to feel crap. It is okay to cry. It is okay if the black dog starts putting its head over your shoulder. That is normal. What would be odd is if you could go through something like this and there wasn't a ripple on that Richter scale. That's my message to you. This is a shocking situation for together, switched on, high-level professionals to find themselves in, and it's okay for you to not cope. The reason I want you to keep watching this YouTube video is I'm just going to keep hammering home that exact same message. You're not alone, and at some point, have a laugh. I hope that wasn't too intense. So, given that, what am I going to do? What am I personally going to do over the next 3 or 4 weeks while I am stood down? I am daily going to do this, exercise. I'm going to be honest with my partner about how I'm feeling. She has a really good way of setting me straight with just some common sense, because I'm the one that flops around like a fish and she's the one that sees things for how they are generally. I'm very happy to not be the strong partner during this period because I'm realistic about the situation I'm in. I'm going to try to do that Calm app. It really does calm me down. 10 minutes a day spent on that is so worth it. I'm going to try to do more yoga. I'm going to do weights. I'm going to go for a push bike ride. All those things are about me. I'm also going to spend more time with the kids, just living in the moment and trying to stay in the present period of time. I'm not going to worry about the future. I've taken care of that very base level hierarchy of needs. I do have a roof over our heads. I do have warmth. I do have food on the table. Take care of that first, but after that, I'm just going to look after our little family unit and I'm just going to enjoy each interaction I have. Doing these videos for you is very meaningful for me. Other than that, oh man. I'm just going to lower the bar and I'm going to be easy on myself and everyone around me. Please, this really cool guy in Perth, Pete Robinson, once said, Marty, worry is interest paid on something that might not happen. I was driving to the park this morning and heard this beep, 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 and I thought it was the sound of the music. In fact, I hadn't really thought anything. I hadn't even registered it. And it's because I'd left the park brake on.
Park brake on.
And what do I say to the mechanic?
Oh yeah, always blames the wife.
Yeah.
Always, it's the wife's
Always
fault.
blames the wife. Anyway, I'm figuring maybe with all this shit, it's time to let the wife do all the driving.
I usually drive down to the park actually, don't I?
Yeah,
Just
you-
today, for whatever reason.
Yeah. I received a couple of messages in the last couple of days that were really important to me about these videos, and they were forms of encouragement. One from just a rock solid bloke here in Perth, and another from somebody in management. I really appreciate those messages because this has taken its toll on me making these videos. The first one was motivated purely out of care for my peers. Over time I've seen the value of them to people. but at times I feel like I'm just pitching these into a vacuum, and I need to prioritise my family first. They've felt they've taken priority over them, and probably have. I've got to flip that. I've got to look after my family first, and then try to pump these out. But thank you so much. If you are getting something out of these, can you please let me know? Thanks. Yeah, that'll do.